Hello, IGN. My name is Jose Otero, and I am here with Mark Ryan. What's up, man?
How's it going?
It's going well when this game is around. This
I
is
know.
Drill Dozer for the Game Boy Advance.
So this game actually just came up fairly recently here at IGN
Did
because
it?
I was talking with Jared about sweet GBA games, and this one came up. This is one he had never played before.
Wow. Okay.
And is one of my favorite GBA games.
Yeah, so for context for folks, here at IGN we are playing 125. It's funny how when I say that I stumble a little bit, but 125 Nintendo games. Basically in celebration of the company's 125th anniversary. They were founded in 1889. This is the month, I believe, and we just wanted to time it around that. Now, Drill Dozer, going back to that, was made by Game Freak. You might know that company as a
Pokemon.
That's right. But now it turns out Game Freak made lots of different types of games before they stumbled onto Pokemon on the Game Boy. In fact, for the Genesis, they made a game called Pulseman, I believe. For the Super Nintendo, they made Mario and Wario, which is like this weird sort of like it wasn't really a platformer; it was like a puzzle-solving game. But anyway,
Okay.
Drill Dozer was during their GBA period after Pokemon was a success, and it's one of my favorite games because they, top to bottom, just thought about, okay, drilling is our core concept. How can we just drill everything?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a really, really clever game. I love that. You know, there are games where it kind of reminds me of playing Gran Turismo, where you are, managing your RPMs, right, and you're shifting gears. It does that a little bit, but it does it in a pretty friendly way, and it turns it into this really cool gameplay mechanic that they abuse
Yep.
to good fashion, right?
Absolutely.
It's like at first you're like, okay, I have a drill, so maybe I can destroy enemies with it, and maybe I can use it to dig through walls. That's kind of the obvious things that you do with the drill, right?
Yep. That's
But
right.
then you start using your drill for platforming.
That's right. Yeah. No, I'll keep going on that point.
I don't know, like a lot of this comes in, especially later in the game, but you'll get into scenarios where there are, say, vertical stacks of things that you need to, you drill into one wall, and then you use that momentum to jump backwards and gain altitude to drill into another wall. And you're like, I don't know, it's almost like wall jumping, but you're doing it with this drill function.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, and I'm glad you pointed that out because that was something that caught me completely by surprise. It's that, you are using these RPMs in a way, and they thought, all right, well, what about if we, let me be careful here. What about if we set it up so that by reversing the direction of the drill, so right now I'm drilling in one direction, but you could honestly later on in the game drill in the opposite direction. So then they toss in the idea of, well, switch gears immediately and the momentum will cause you to jump back through the air, and it's something that, like, yeah, it's totally, you think about it and you go, wait, this is kind of brilliant, like I did not expect them to think of every possible application.
Yeah, it's like it's a simple mechanic that they introduce early in the game, and then it blows up into, oh, they did make a whole game about drilling, and it's awesome the whole time.
Yeah. Another quick thing to point out is that as you see at the top of the screen, there are these little gear icons there. And what's happening there is that I need to find the third one in order to hit the third level of her drilling ability. Excuse me.
They're basically like different gears in a car, right? In a car transmission, you
Yes.
don't just have two gears, you have more. And here in this game, that's how you level up your power, is you get new gears, so you can go from first gear to second gear to third gear.
And actually, there it is. You see it above right there, that red box.
Oh, okay.
And so you need that last gear to be able to. And so it turns out that the main character actually burns out the gears each level. So they have a way to explain, well, why do you have to keep getting this thing? Actually, I have to break this twice. They also have really well-placed secrets and things like that, too. So once you get the third gear, which I'm about to get right now, the entire music changes, and you are super overpowered. And look at that expressive sprite right there. Like, I love how expressive the character sprites in this game are, too.
Nintendo really should these guys should just be making more games besides Pokemon.
Yeah, on 3DS, they did a rhythm game, which it's not coming around, Harmonite.
Okay.
I don't know if you heard of that.
No.
But yeah, it's very few and far between that they step away from Pokemon, and when they do, it's good stuff. Okay, let me get to level 3 here. Hang on. So once you hit 3, you can keep the drill spinning for as long as you want in one direction. So you can see I can just back up, in and out.
Yeah.
And the music changes, and yeah, it's super satisfying to drill. And
The one thing that's not coming across here, unfortunately, is the rumble.
Yes, the rumble. The cart actually has a little rumble pack built in. Okay, so here's the type of door I couldn't open earlier, and I'm going to be able to open it. Also, we have not talked about the boss fights, which are all really, really good.
I got to be honest, I forgot about the boss fights.
Yeah, the boss fights are amazing in this thing. They require just pattern-based gameplay as you would expect from a platformer, but again, keeping in mind what you can do with the drill to defeat them. Essentially, like when are they vulnerable? I just blocked that shot, so that was cool. That was my little Matumbo shout out. So, yep, and here we go. Let's see if we can actually finish this level. But yeah, I've been evangelizing this game forever, and just found out today that Mark Ryan has also done the same. So right now I'm wondering, why don't we hang out more? Like this is one of those things. Yeah, I know you're playing your Marvel versus Capcom all the time when I see you.
What's the newest hardware that you can play this on? A regular DS or a DS Lite?
Yeah, the newest hardware you can play this on, unless they select it as one of the games for the Wii U Virtual Console games, for GBA games.
Yeah, they should do that.
Yeah, I hope that they do, because this game does deserve a lot of love. And it came out, I want to say it was like 2005, 2006. Like it was also one of those
pretty late in the GBA days. Yeah.
In the GBA, and by then like people were kind of already considering moving on. And yeah, this thing had Rumble. It had so many cool ideas that I think folks would really appreciate now. All right, I made it. Oh no. Okay.
No.
Yeah, even when she takes damage and just that flickering, like old school.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I love that they do that. But yeah, can't run out of good things to say about this. But it looks like we're not going to make it to the boss. It might take a little long for that, and we definitely want to be mindful of your time. Oh, and it doesn't help when I am not hitting my drills on time.
I need to find Jared, and so I lent this game to him probably 2 or 3 months ago. And ever since then, I've wanted to go back and actually play it. And so I was waiting until Jared's done with it, but I haven't heard from him.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah, it's time to speak up.
I might have to assert my ownership.
All right. Well, while Mark Ryan does that, thanks a lot for joining me on this Let's Play, man. And for more video games, lots of video games. In fact, all of them about Nintendo lately for this Let's Play series. Make sure you keep it right here at IGN.